Alright, so it's high time I did another Adventures in Retail, but I can't remember any more that are like longer stories that I could do a whole video about, so I'm just going to tell you about a few of the smaller ones I can remember over the years when I used to work at the copy store. So, we had this guy one time accuse us of watering down our whiteout. That was great. He, like the liquid whiteout, where the way you're supposed to do it is put like a thin coat of it on, and then you wait for it to dry, and if you need more, then you put more. This guy was just slathering it on there, like using half the bottle, putting it all over the page. His page is soaking wet. He's getting it all over the counter, like it was insane. And he's like, my manager was talking to him. I was just listening, and he goes, do you guys water this down? And he's like, no, we don't water down the whiteout. And he was like, it comes from the factory like this. Like, he clearly didn't believe him. He's like, yes, we don't. What do you think we're doing? Like, we go back there to the water cooler and we're like, ha ha ha, we're gonna save a quarter. Ha ha. Like, come on, man. Just, just figure it out at home if you don't want to use our whiteout. One time I had a guy come in. This was like when I first started working there, my first couple of weeks or something. He comes up and just plops this huge knife on the counter, like a Bowie knife or Bowie knife, or I don't know how you say it. And it's in like a sheath, so it's not, it's not like he's threatening me or anything. It's just a weird thing to do to put this giant weapon on the table. And I'm like, okay. And he says, can you guys hold on to this while I go to the courthouse? Just keep it under the counter or something. I'm like, what? Like, what? Why here? What? And another employee came up and he was like, sure, sir, we'll take care of it, no problem. Apparently he does it all the time, or he did. That was just the thing. He just used us as a knife storage place. I don't know if he was also a customer. I don't think I ever even saw him again. That was really weird. One time a guy who was clearly homeless tried to convince me that he was the owner of the store. Well, he came in and he asked for an envelope, and I was like, sure, it'll be like 12 cents or whatever it was for the envelope. And he was like, oh, you can't just give me one? And I'm like, no, it's a store. Like, I can't just give you our merchandise for free. And he was like, well, I bet you got more money in your pocket right now than what that costs. And I was just like, all right. And then he goes, who's the owner of this place? And I told him the owner's name. Like, I knew the owner. I had met him. And he goes, well, that's me. That's me. I own this whole place. So really, I own all those envelopes. So you need to just give me one or you're fired. And I was like, yeah, I don't believe you, actually. That's like the least convincing way you could go about trying to convince me that you're the owner, is to ask for his name first. Like, come on. Oh, man. Let's see. Oh, I remember now. Okay, so there was a guy who came in who he had a purchase that was he had an order that was just like a few dollars. It was like $3 or $4 or something like that. And he tries to pay with a $100 bill, which, if you don't know, that's really rude to do that. Don't pay for small purchases with a $100 bill, even if the place will accept it. Like, you're causing all kinds of problems in their change drawer. They're gonna have to go to the bank and make a special trip just because you wanted to break your $100 bill, but whatever. So that's all he had on him. He didn't have a credit card, he didn't have a checkbook, he didn't have any other way. The banks were closed because it was after 5. He didn't have any way to get any other way to pay for this stuff, and he needed it right then. And he was like, well, I know one of the other employees, like, he said her name, I think he really did know her, and he was like, she'll cover it for you. And I was like, I'm not gonna put that on her. I'm not gonna be like, hey, you owe the store $3 because your friend stole stuff from us. Like, come on. And so he got the number of, like, the supervisor, the area manager guy, and he called him and told him that I, like, made fun of him for not having credit cards and refused and, like, laughed at him and refused to give him his sale and all of that. And then they were like, come on, dude, what do you think is gonna happen? You think my boss is gonna come up to me and be like, you were making fun of customers, and so now you're fired, and you need to just give things away if they promise that somebody else will pay for them. Like, no, come on. What are you doing? Who has that kind of time? They're going to try to get somebody in trouble because I wouldn't accept your $100 bill. Like, we didn't have change to give you. I physically could not have given you change. If you want to give me $100 for your $3 order, that's great, but you're not getting change. Oh, okay, I remember one more. So there was this guy who was opening up a new sandwich shop nearby. It was like submarine sandwiches. And he was getting all this promotional material made, like flyers and brochures and menus and all this stuff with us, which was great. And I was taking care of him. It went on for like a week, getting all this stuff going on and designing stuff for him and getting it printed and everything. And he was really happy with it all. He was a great customer. We're making a bunch of money here. And then when he came in to pick up his last order, my manager is the one who helped him because I was busy with something else. The manager goes up to help him. And he's like, man, you guys have been great. Thank you so much. And he gives him 2 sandwiches. He doesn't even say, like, these are for that young man who helped me this entire time. Like, every other time he had come in, every time he called, I'm the one who helped him. I did all this work for him. And he gives my manager some sandwiches. Fortunately, the manager did share one of the sandwiches with me. I did get to eat one of them, but come on, man. Like, really? So I think that's all I can remember right now. I'll probably think of some more later, but I thought I would share those with you. So there you go.